Shalom everyone, and today again we meet to talk about the Mitzvot, our beloved Mitzvot. And before we start the commandment number 13 about Mezuzah on our doorpost, I want to repeat the commandment that we have learned before. First of all, to know there is God. And not only to know, but try to see how He speaks with us, how He guides us every day. Second one is unity of God. Understand that we live in His reality. All around us is reality of Hashem, and He protects us, He guides us, and that should be every day in our minds. Of course, there is a mitzvah to love God. How to love? It's to drive other people close to Him. Try to meditate on that and to see how great He is, just through your windows, to see the amazing world that He created, how is amazing, how is complicated, and at the same time we have a lot of things around us. And of course, when you talk to others about God, you discuss the holy books that you've studied. It's you perform the mitzvah to love God. Next one is to fear God. We know that we have in Judaism the terms of that we get in benefits when we do mitzvahs, and also we have the opposite side of that when we don't do them or we neglect them. But the fear is can be in two ways. That we fear to be punished, and we fear to be reconnect from Hashem when we perform the sin that are really not allowed to do. Then we have a mitzvah to recite Shema Israel every day. We should to schedule our day to have a bit in the morning and in the evening to recite Shema Israel. It's also a part of Torah, portion from Torah, and it's also the prayer. And it's also by saying these words, we accept the Malchut Shamayim, the kingship of our King, and we acknowledge His unity and His existence. Then we do have a mitzvah to serve God. How to serve? We say we study Torah, we prefer fulfilling the mitzvot, we doing good deeds. Then there is a mitzvah to be close to wise. It's always suggested to have a teacher first of all. The person who teach you, who explained you, who shares experience. It's and also the great tzaddikim. When we study their books, it's also we are drawing close to wise. It's also, even they are not here, but by studying their books and performing and doing what they suggest us to do for a good and successful life, then we are also stay close to them. We continue the thing that they were doing for us, and that the thing that they left for us. Then we do have a mitzvah to study Torah and put on tefillin. These are connected to man, and women are not obliged to do that. And we say that through all these mitzvot, we first of all, we learn how to how to be close to Hashem. We learn how to imitate God. There is mitzvah to imitate God. In which way? Also, when I was explaining that the tefillin, that in some community there are some words that saying that Hashem engage with us through the righteousness, through the good deeds, through the right judgment, and that what we have to accumulate, and we have to learn how to be like this or do that things right. And these also help us to emulate God, to do good deeds. Like he is Olam Hasido, he's doing things, good deeds, just to do it for nothing. Don't expecting from us nothing. That's how we try to be to others. And all the mitzvot, we say there is a taseh that we have to do, must to do, and lo taseh, shouldn't do. They're not allowed. And when we perform the mitzvot, then we connect it to Hashem, and we acknowledge that we're children of Him, and that we accept His will, and we're doing what He wants from us. When we don't do the correct things, then it causes damage to our soul, and it's also caused damage to the world around us, because we said that everything that we are doing, actually with the material things, that we're revealing Shekhinah into this world, divine presence. When we do mitzvahs, we're revealing this Shekhinah. So when you don't do mitzvah taseh, do it, then you don't bring this light to the world. And each soul had a portion, his mission, to bring this light. So if you don't do it, then you don't derive that these lights that this soul should bring to this world when you don't perform the mitzvah taseh, right? The positive commandment. When you neglect or you do things that are not allowed, that lo taseh, then that is sin that cause damage to yourself, to your soul. Then we can say that Shekhinah is covered. When we do that, the Shekhinah is hiding, covered, and it's very difficult after to restore this process. And this is the main thing. And so every mitzvah, it's like a small piece that we said to build the future world, to build the Bet HaMikdash that Hashem wants for us. First of all in us, and then around us. And then the Bet HaMikdash itself will arrive, and everybody will see it. So let's go to the next commandments. He commanded us to make a Mezuzah, to put it on our doorpost. We can find it in Sefer Devarim, chapter 6, pasuk 9. And you shall write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates. This is a portion of Shema Israel. The Mezuzah literally means doorpost. And it refers to the scroll of parchment contain biblical verses placed on the doorpost. And by doing that, it's our declaration and reminder of our faith. The Mezuzah is also a symbol of God's watchful care. It means He is around us. So everything that we have in the material things that we separate, the holy things that remind us about Hashem, it reminds us who we are, and it reminds us from where we are. And it protects the inhabitants whether they are inside or out. Two portions of Devarim are written on the Mezuzah parchment scroll in the original Hebrew. These are the Devarim chapter 6, pasuk 4 to 9. So I will read it as usual. Hear, O Israel, Hashem is our God, Hashem is one and only. You shall love Hashem your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your resources. And these matters that I command you today shall be upon your heart. You shall teach them thoroughly to your children, and you shall speak of them while you sit in your home, while you walk on the way, when you retire and when you arise. Bind them as a sign upon your arm, and let them be ornaments between your eyes. And write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. Next one is chapter 11. In the second portion of Shema, pasuk 13 to 21. It will be that if you hearken to my commandments that I command you today, to love Hashem your God, and to serve him with all your heart, with all your soul, then I shall provide rain for your land in its proper time, the early and the late rains, that you may gather in your grain, your wine and your oil. I shall provide grass in your field for the cattle, and you will eat and you will be satisfied. Beware of yourselves, lest your heart to be seduced and you turn astray and serve gods of others and prostrate yourselves to them. Then with wrath of Hashem will blaze against you. He will restrain the heavens, so there will be no rain, and the ground will not yield its produce. And you will be swiftly punished from the goodly land that Hashem gives you. You shall place these words on mine upon your heart and upon your soul. You shall bind them for a sign upon your arm, and let them be an ornament between your eyes. You shall teach them to your children, to discard them while you sit in your home, while you walk on the way, when you retire, when you rise. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, in order to prolong your days and the days of your children, upon the land that Hashem has sworn to your forefathers to give them, like the days of the heaven over the earth. And it's very interesting that Mezuzah has 713 letters. Actually, it recalls the exodus from Egypt, when the lamb's blood smeared on the doorposts identified the Jewish homes that God passed over during the plague of the firstborn. So the Mezuzah, what is the origin of this Jewish attribute? Let's go to the Sefer Shmot. We're going to chapter 12. And pasuk, we start from first pasuk 12 to 13. I shall go through the land of Egypt on this night, Hashem told. And I shall strike every firstborn in the land of Egypt, from man to beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I shall mete out punishment. I am Hashem. The blood shall be a sign for you upon the houses when you are. When they shall see the blood, and they shall pass over you. There shall not be a plague of destruction upon you when I strike in the land of Egypt. You know, it was the last punishment for the Egyptian, the death of the firstborn. And before it happened, God awaked Jewish people and told them what they have to do, in a way to protect them, to watch them. That's what the Mezuzah is emphasize itself. So then we goes to the same chapter 12, but pasuk 21 to 27. That are the actually what they had to do. Moses called to all the elders of Israel and said to them, "Draw forth or buy for yourself one of the flock for your families, and slaughter the Pesach offering. You shall take a bundle of hyssop and dip it into the blood that is in the basin, and touch the lintel and 2 doorposts with some of the blood that in the basin. And as for you, no man shall leave the entrance of his house until morning. Hashem will pass through to smite Egypt, and he will see the blood that is on the lintel and the 2 doorposts. And Hashem will pass over the entrance, and he will not permit the destroyer to enter your homes to smite. You shall observe this matter as a decree for yourself and for your children forever." It shall be that, and I will continue a few pasuk more. It shall be that when you come to the land that Hashem will give you, as he has spoken, you shall observe this service. And it shall be that when your children say to you, "What is this service to you?" you shall say, "It's a Pesach feast offering to Hashem, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians, but he saved our households." And the people bowed their hands and prostrate themselves. The children of Israel went and did as Hashem commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they do. So I just want to emphasize that every Jewish attribute, it reveals the Shekhinah, the divine. And Mezuzah, when we go inside, go outside, we kiss the Mezuzah. So it's always a reminder that Hashem around us, he watches us, he guides us. And he reminds us that we were slaves in Egypt, and he saved us. He took us out from slavery, he took us out from the Mitzrayim, from Egypt, and he made it as a nation that should serve him. And we should observe the commandments he gave us in Torah. And as the Torah protects us, it means he protects us. Then the Mezuzah protects our houses. It's like a guidance. It's a reminder that he guides us and he watches over everything we do. Having Mezuzah in each room means that wherever we go from one domain to other, we must renew our consciousness and review it, and that God presence is around us. It's not only we go from room to room, it's also we go to house, from one house to other house, and we go from one country to other country. We always have remember he's around us, and we should act in a way that sanctifies his name. What means sanctified is also one of the mitzvot. It was spoken before, that sanctifies his name. Then we proclaim that he is here by doing the mitzvot. And for example, we are putting tefillin in airport, we are praying, all the videos that we post, that we show that we are carrying his words with us, we are carrying his wish with us, that we are Jewish nation and we are doing what he wants. That's how we sanctified his name. And of course, Talmud. In the time of Talmud, there is a story. The Persian king named Artaban, he was boasted about his unmatched wealth. And one day he sent to Rabbi Yehuda a pearl. But Rabbi Yehuda sent a gift in return to him. It was a Mezuzah. And was that what he wrote? Your gift of pearl must be guarded from the thieves who may harm you. But my gift is even more valuable because it guards us from harm. So this is a very amazing story. And by that, he sanctified the God name. And that other nations could see that that we are children of Hashem, and that we are doing His will, and we always keeping it in our mind, in our actions, in our speech, and everything that we are doing. Sometimes it's not easy, but we haven't the whole life for doing that. And of course, there are many we say laws how to put the mezuzah right, which blessing to read before. We know that not every room in the house we can put the mezuzah on every room, and there are many things. So always when you do it, it's suggested to consult to your to the people, to the wise people, to the rabbanim, to ask how to do it better, how to do it correct. If you're not sure, especially every time when you're not sure, you can write and you can ask. This is the main important things, and that's what we should keep in our minds. I hope that this video will bring more understanding about what is Mezuzah, and the most important that every mitzvah, it's driving you close to Hashem, you performing the will of Him, and you also understand that every attribute, the material attributes in our houses, either it's mezuzah, tefillin, it's a holy book, it's Hanukkah, it's we're doing lulav on Sukkot. Everything is having this spirit when we take into our hands, and when we do it, we do the actions that we have to do with this this thing, with this attribute. We cannot feel it now because the soul in the body and we limited, but that what also teaches to be betachon b'Hashem, to be sure, and that everything we do it is for good. Everything that we have to do is that what we have to do. So I wish everybody Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, I know today is only Thursday, but anyway, and we continue to speak more about these amazing commandments that we are having next week.